Movies and video games have a fickle past. Love them or hate them, you have to admit there is a lot to work with. And there are countless video games out there that can make great movies. So today, I'm counting down the top 10 movies that I would love to see make an appearance on the big screen. I'm Kyle Universe, and this is Filmtricity's top 10 video game movies that need to be made.
Number 10.
Good lord, Fatal Frame. I have never been more freaked out by a game ever. Of course, it didn't help when I first played it years ago, when it was 1 in the morning and I had all the lights out.
There was someone over here.
That is definitely not recommended. It is terrifying, but you know, it's still fun. Creepy ghosts in a secluded village? That just screams a Halloween release. And Fatal Frame provides just the right amount of tension and scariness to make a great movie adaptation.
Number 9.
Remember when Peter Jackson was going to make Halo into a movie, but because of lack of funding, it got shelved and he made District 9 instead? Yeah, it's time to try again. A movie based around this franchise would be so exciting. Imagine seeing it in IMAX or XD. Master Chief, I think I speak for a lot of us when I say, your next adventure has to be to Hollywood. Actually, that would make an awesome next game. I would so totally buy that.
Number 8.
Yes, I put Joe and Mac over Halo. Because Joe and Mac are frickin' awesome! You know what was a great movie? The Croods. So why not give the most awesome pixelated cavemen in video games a movie too? So what's it about? All the women in their village, or cave babes, if you will, are captured, and it's up to Joe and Mac to retrieve them all. So off you go across this prehistoric world battling dinosaurs, plants, and woolly mammoths. Whoa, that's brutal. But it's all worth it just to get that kiss from some bodacious babes. I sound like Oogtar. Like this video if you know who Oogtar is.
Number 7.
From now until the end of forever, I will always pronounce this game
Ninja Gaiden. Hey!
Ah, that never gets old. Neither do ninja movies. They're just so cool. Talk about a straight-up adrenaline rush. Ryu Hayabusa needs his own movie. Him fighting against towering monsters? Who doesn't want to see that? And we're all about shared universes these days, and Ninja Gaiden shares a universe with Dead or Alive, which can open them up for a movie as well. Well, a better movie than what they had.
Number 6.
Dragon's Crown. What a surprise beat-em-up it turned out to be. I gave it a try, and it was a whole lot of fun. If Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit have taught us anything, it's that medieval-style fantasy movies can be great, if done correctly. Dragon's Crown is a great combination of action, mythology, storytelling, and cooking. Yes, there's a little bit of that in there too. And you know what? Every time I play as the wizard, I always think of Nicolas Cage. Maybe it's because I have Sorcerer's Apprentice on my mind. But it does get me to thinking that if this did get turned into a movie, who would play who? I could totally see John Hurt as being Liu Kang the wizard, or Keira Knightley as the princess, Clive Owens as the knight, Chelsea Charms as the sorceress. What, you can't see it?
Number 5.
Yes, Mario has already been in a movie, and yes, it did put a terrible stain on the industry and they're still trying to wipe it off today. But the franchise has potential and it shouldn't be ignored. Not just yet. The problem with the original one, well, there were lots of problems. The story, the setting, it was a mess. But why not try it again, but this time make it an animated movie? You know all those cutscenes in the games? Yeah, make it like that. Just partner with Disney or DreamWorks, and a good Mario movie just might be possible.
Number 4.
Welcome to the Enrichment Center. The only question I have is, honey, where's my Portal movie? A few years ago, some Hollywood people were in talks to acquire the movie rights to Portal and Half-Life. Never heard anything more about it. But it would make an incredible movie! You just have to decide whether you want Chell to talk or not. But as far as characters go, you have to get the original voice actors who did Wheatley and GLaDOS back. Ever see that fan poster where it has Natalie Portman as Chell? I could see that. That's a good choice. Heck, for me personally, all I need is a defective turret and I'm good.
Watch and learn, everybody. Watch and learn. Well, I did
And let me say this, if this movie comes out and there is no promotional tie-in to Black Forest Cake, someone in marketing really needs to lose their job.
Number 3.
Metroid is one of those games that just begs to be a movie. Everyone loves an action sci-fi alien movie, right? Not to mention, a strong female lead is always welcome in cinema. Wouldn't you love to see Samus and Ridley fighting on the big screen with his trademark music playing? It's the classic story. You killed my parents. What you gonna do about it? I'm gonna blast your face! And if this movie gets made, it needs a voice similar to Levi Stabs as the voice of Mother Brain.
It won't be long before I, beautiful goddess that I am, become queen of any old land.
Oh, that would be both awesome and terrible at the same time.
Number 2.
Yes, everyone wants Zelda to become a movie. Me especially. These games are some of my most absolute favorites of all time. But it's a difficult thing to do. If it's not done right, the fans will tear it apart. You can't just pour a little bit of money into it and get any director. It needs the big Hollywood budget and a visionary team to bring this Nintendo classic to life. Will it ever happen? I'm hoping so. The biggest question to be asked if it does become a movie, then which incarnation of the story will they focus on? Will it be Ocarina of Time? Will it be A Link to the Past? Skyward Sword? I mean, you can't really lose with any of them. Well, maybe you can with Spirit Tracks.
Number 1.
One thing I've always had a soft spot for was monster movies. And there's a video game out there with all of them in one place. Castlevania has been rumored to be getting a big screen release for a while now, but since it's barely talked about, I'm not going to hold my breath for too long. But Simon Belmont on an epic supernatural quest full of castles and haunted cemeteries? Count me in. It's like if you had Indiana Jones versus Frankenstein, and Dracula, and the Mummy. I smell a blockbuster. Oh, Blockbuster, you left us too soon. Only time will tell if these pixelated adventures will grace the streets of Tinseltown. We'll see what happens. Thank you for joining me. I'm Kyle Universe. See you out there. You know, I played a lot of the post-90s Ninja Turtles games, and to be honest, the majority of them are just kind of People have already talked about the GS Ball and what its original purpose was, but I haven't had my say in it, and I think every single Pokemon fan that was let down by this accursed MacGuffin deserves their chance to vent about it.